Holy moly! Hello, what is up guys? I'm your host Gordon and welcome to another one of my videos. This is already the third week of me staying in Thailand. The 1 month Thailand holiday is going to come to an end very soon. Seriously guys, time flies really fast and I am glad to announce that the algorithm in my YouTube channel is starting to get normal again, which is a good thing and a very confusing thing to me, because you may already seen this background over here for quite some time right now, which means that I'm still in Thailand, because ever since I've been posting in Thailand, the algorithm is starting to get a lot better as compared of me posting in Malaysia, where the algorithm kind of purged my video. For now, let us forget about it, and what I got over here is something a fan request, which is the JinMing JM Scar L version 2. This is more towards of a budget lineup from JinMing themselves. As you know, JinMing tends to produce like hobby grade blasters, and this over here is no exception. Our friend over here actually went all the way to borrowing this blaster for today's review. A million thanks to our friend over here, Cup Kun Cup. And oh boy, this blast over here felt amazing. Oh yeah, if you guys don't mind, can you please click on the like button below? It will help the channel a lot, seriously. Okay, first look at the blaster. As you can see, the aesthetic of the blaster is obviously a Scar MK16. Very similar with the Tiangong branded plastic Scar. And speaking about material, the moment when you hold the blaster on hand, this blaster is not particularly heavy. There is some weight to it, but it's not particularly heavy. Because this blaster, you might actually mistook that this is made out of nylon, but to be honest, after further inspection, you see the entire blaster may felt like a nylon plastic, because the matte finish material, pretty solid feeling, there is a little bit of weight to it, but when you actually start knocking around the body of the blaster, these are obvious ABS plastic sounds, which I wouldn't say that it is a bad thing, because this blaster over here is more of a budget-friendly blaster with all the features that you need. Not to mention that the details of this blaster is amazing. I mean, take a closer look at the details of this blaster over here. We got the FN logo, we got the wordings over here, Mark 16 and stuff. Take a look at the wordings of this blaster over here. And out of the box, these wordings are actually colorless, but our friend managed to paint this wording with white and red color, which makes the entire aesthetic looks absolutely amazing. Regarding the features of the blaster comes with a folding buttstock, which is a good thing if you are into, like, you know, tactical move or something like that. And of course, we got an adjustable buttstock. Unlike the Tiangong brand, this blaster actually have 3 level adjustment for your length of preference, and shouldering the blaster is actually very comfortable. It is not rubber padded, but it is big enough, huge enough for me to shoulder the blaster solidly. Out of the box, the blaster does not come with such scope and does not come with such folding grip over here. The accessories that came with the blaster is very similar with the TG Scar L blaster. You can take a look at the video. I'll put a link in the description. And of course, not to mention that this is a slightly accessorized blaster, I would say, because we got a full metal silencer over here, which obviously JinMing does not provide. Basically, it is just a plastic flash hider, if I'm not mistaken. And speaking about Picatinny rail, the entire top roll of the blaster is a Picatinny rail set. Of course, both left, right hand side, and the bottom of the blaster, they are Picatinny rails. And of course, speaking of mag prime, the blaster comes with a mag prime at the right hand side of the blaster, and the design of the mag prime is a little weird, because as you can see, this is the treble distance of the mag prime, because as a reciprocating charging handle like a Scar L, this thing should go all the way here if you want the realism. But since this is just a budget grade blaster, I wouldn't care too much as long as it functions perfectly. And speaking about iron sight, the blaster comes with a iron sight at the front and an iron sight at the back. And of course, we got sling mounting point at the back of the blaster. It does not felt solid because the entirety of the buttstock is made out of ABS plastic. You can still hear a lot of this plastic squeaking noise, which is not a good thing. You might want to just hold the blaster on your hand because there's a chance that you might, you know, snap the buttstock or something like that. And speaking of that, there is another sling mounting point at the side over here, which is of course made out of plastic. Not recommended to use that one as well. And of course we got another pair of sling mounting point at the front of the blaster. That too is made out of plastic, so no sling mounting at the front as well. I'm pretty sure 100% that you are going to snap this one if you're moving a little too aggressively. The grip of the blaster is, I would say, a standard AR size grip. I would say our friend over here actually put in a rubber over here for a much more better grip. The blaster comes with a, of course, mag prime magazine over here. Out of the box, it comes with a mag pull for, you know, tactical purposes, and of course for the ease of pulling your mag from your pouch or something like that. And the blaster actually supposed to comes with two firing mode. Of course, we got the single fire and the full auto, but as you can see, this blaster only comes with one side. The other side of the blaster, which is the right hand side of the blaster, comes with a fake fire selector switch. And of course, this is a used blaster. This semi-auto no longer works anymore. Like we are in semi-auto. Like it just fire full auto all the way. Our friend actually broke the thing. But if you're using a 7.4 volt battery and you have very good trigger discipline, you should be able to pull out a semi-auto with a little bit of a trigger discipline style. And the gearbox of the blaster, as JinMing as usual, it comes with a Gen 8 gearbox. All of these Gen 8 gearbox comes with so many kinds of customizations, so many spare parts that you can still find in the market. So this is a pretty reliable gearbox. The gear itself is one of those nylon gears, but those are not the milky ones, those are the white ones if I'm not mistaken. So it is, I would say, less durable than one of those milky nylon gears. But as long as you don't put in some crazy springs and 11.1 volt battery, those gears should last you for quite some time, because as far as I know, our friend over here are still using those original gears, which means that the durability is actually not bad. And I guess that's all of the quirks and features of this blaster over here. So without further ado, let us go test the blaster out, shall we? Okay, we are back, guys. So the performance of the blaster, I wouldn't say that it is too good, because out of the box, the blaster can only goes around, you know, 200 FPS all the way to 213 FPS. Occasionally, you might be able to goes around 220 maybe. I would say this blaster over here performs about the same as a TG Scar L. In fact, sometimes the TG Scar L performs a little bit way more better than this. Just that this blaster over here has more features like mag prime and stuff, and more weights and adjustable buttstock, and I guess that's about it. If you guys are more into performance, I suggest that you might want to give this little gearbox an upgrade. Maybe a metal gears, better motors, maybe some better spring, of course the inner barrel. This blaster comes with an inner barrel that is made out of acrylic, of course. And if you are talking about accuracy, surprisingly enough, hitting a target in 20 meters is not a problem. And that's about it, because if you're trying to hit a target more than 20 meters with this kind of performance, we already tested out, the gels will start going left and right, up and down, which is not a good thing. Overall, I would say hitting a target in 20 meters is actually pretty accurate, no problem. And of course, will this blaster passes the wall test? As you can see, the scale, the size, the coloring, the thick nylon looking materials, the detailing on the body, every single part of this blaster shouts, I deserve the wall spot. And yes, of course, it passes the wall test with flying colors. And of course, handling this blaster so far, I did not encounter any gems or whatsoever However, usually JinMing blasters are actually pretty reliable, other than the build quality is a little bit on the lower side as compared to other brands. So overall, I guess that's about it. In the same time, I also received a lot of requests for me to review the Chris Vector V2 from Lehui. In fact, our friend over here managed to got one for us. So before I return to Malaysia, I will try my best to make it as much video as possible in Thailand, such as the buffer tube changing guide, lots of cool YouTube shorts of course. So yep guys, if you guys like this video, feel free to smash on the like button. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And of course, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Adios guys!